Now let's move on to the next important topic of the basic electrical system is understanding the wiring schematics. The wiring schematics are very much important for any technicians whenever he is working on some electrical systems. Wiring schematics helps the technician to understand how the different components are connected in the systems. So therefore, the understanding these wiring schematics is very crucial for an technician. So let's start. Manufacturers' service manuals include a wiring schematics of all the major electrical circuits of the vehicle. The wiring schematics are called as a diagram, which shows the electrical components and wires using the symbols and lines to represent the components and wires. A typical wiring schematics may include all the circuit combined on a several large fold sheet, or it may be broken down to show the individual circuits. All the circuit schematics or the diagrams include the power side wiring of the circuits and all the splices, connectors, electrical components, and ground return paths. Now, the gauge and the color wiring are included in most of the wiring diagrams. Now, many wiring schematics include number and letters near the component and the wires that may confuse the readers of the schematics. Most letters used near or on the wires identify the color or the color of the wires. The first color or the color abbreviation is the color of the insulation. The second color is the color of the strip or the traces on the base color. Now here you can see this is a solid color insulation with the wire inside. Okay. Now here there is no strip on it. In case of this wire, there is a strip on this insulation. Therefore, this first letter BRN indicates it is a brown color insulation. /WST indicates that there is a white tracing line on this insulation. Okay. In this way, the wires are denoted in our wiring schematics. Now see here, this one is here is a particular, we can say, a wiring schematics. Now here 0.8 indicates it is the cross-sectional area of wire, it is 0.8 mm square, and PPL indicates that it is in purple color. Now here in this is a symbol which indicates that there is a connector in between these two wires, and this is a male part of the connector and this is a female part of the connector. Now for the reference, these connectors may be marked with certain number, that is C210. Then after the connector, the wire changes to 0.8 ppl/WST, which indicates there are the white strips on these wires. And here there is our load, that is the light, and from light there is a different wire which is 0.8 mm square in diameter, and that is in black in color. Now here these are the various symbols these are used in our wiring schematics. So this is for positive, this is negative, this is a battery, we can say this is a ground, this is a fuse with a wavy sign between these two terminals. This one is the circuit breaker, as we have seen in the earlier lecture. This one is for resistance, and this is for the variable resistance with the arrow on this zigzag portion. Now this is a arrow. Now this arrow is in a systematic way that indicates that this is a variable resistance with a potentiometer. Now this indicates it is a bulb or a lamp. This indicates a dual filament bulb. This is a main terminal of a wire. This is a female terminal, and this is a connector. This is a splice. Then these wires which are not electrically connected. This is a coil winding. This coil winding with the laminations, diode. Zener diode, light emitting diode, capacitors, motor. This one is the case grounded symbol. This box for representing the entire component. Dash lines that represents a part of a component. This one is for the relay, that is a normally open relay. This is also for the relay, and this is a normally closed relay. This one is for the delta winding, and this is for the Y type of windings. Now in this diagram, as you see, here this is a battery, and here this is the electrical component, and here we are shown these two arrows. Some students may get confused that this is the arrow represents the flow of electricity, but this is not the case. It represents the type of a connector. This one is for the female connections, and this is for the male connections. Okay, and as you know, current always flow from the battery to the component. Okay. Now, I hope you have understood this important concept of the wirings, okay, or the wiring schematics. If you have any doubt, please feel free to mail me. Thank you for attending this session.